So we wanted to first dig into what is the meaning of life. And the reason that David McClure gives for why this question is so important is what Scott referred to earlier, is we all know we're mortal, but we don't really think about our mortality, especially when we're young. I think the last couple of years changed that a little bit for people, a little bit. But our lives are relatively short when we think of them in the relative to eternity. Our time here, even if we live 80, 90, 100 years, it's pretty short. It goes by really fast. Faster the older you get. I'm learning that. So we're going to read a little bit from Scott's first book, Forgotten Hope. And the reason we use these is not to try to get anybody to buy them. It's because these are our study notes. We've been studying and reading and learning and growing ourselves for a really long time. And God told Scott he had to actually share that with everyone else. And so
God funds it. We're going to continue to do that. That's our purpose.
Okay, so from, I should have looked to see what chapter this is in. Chapter 2, the section He Knocks. From the very beginning of this physical world, mankind was given this choice. God planted the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, and he gave Adam a gift. Adam was given the gift of choice, and the choice was simple. God or not God. Honor his maker's instruction, or defy him and eat from the tree. I'm sure some would say God set a trap for Adam, but free will is not a trap. It is a gift. If we have nothing to choose between, then no choice can be made, and free will does not exist. Even though he could have left Adam with no choice, God so loved Adam and us that he wanted Adam to choose to love him.
I'll be upfront. I grew up in the church. I was first introduced to the Bible when I was about that big in the Baptist church. My grandparents hauled me off once or twice a week to the Free Methodist Church. When my father got saved, we moved to the United Methodist Church. My best friend was a Catholic. My next best friend was a Congregational, and the list goes on. But fully informed of the church and listening to a lot of teachings, a lot of sermons, I never really heard something that I think is essential. That is, what's the meaning of life? And a lot of philosophers and a lot of people that don't know God tried to answer the question unsuccessfully. The answer is right there, clear, right from the beginning. Before time began, there was a guy named Lucifer, and he chose to doubt God and to act against God. And because of that, and because it happened in a place of spiritual purity where no sin and no darkness is allowed, God had to immediately banish Lucifer to the outer darkness, where we refer to him as Satan. And God didn't want to have to do that anymore. And so what God did, because he loved the things he created so much, is that he created this. He created a thing that McClure refers to as probation, and we all, from our worldly experience, know exactly what probation is. It's when you've committed a crime, and it's a period of time to prove that you're sincerely repentant of that crime and you have no intention or desire to do it again. And if at the end of that probation that's proven to be true, you get the reward and you're no longer on probation. So God loved us so much, he said, I don't want to have to do what I had to do with Lucifer and just immediately banish my creation to outer darkness. So he created all this just to create an environment for us to choose. He created it perfect. There's the first choice. There's God. And then when Adam fell, which he knew he would do before he created it, we got to start to see what Satan's promises would look like if they were allowed to grow, which is where, for somebody who loves them, mosquitoes come from, where illness comes from. Everybody asks, well, why would God allow war? Well, that's it, because God allows us to choose. God wants us to be able to see the difference between what he offers and what Satan offers truly under his lies. So the whole purpose of our existence is to do one thing, to choose God or not to choose Satan, because Satan just didn't choose God. Satan got Adam to not choose God. He didn't actually choose Satan. He chose not God. I think it's a great loving thing that he would give us a time to mess it up and then get it straightened out and really weigh our options before we had to spend eternity living with our decision. And so really easy, really quick, The meaning of life is to choose.